All right, yo. This is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you on recording, not live and direct, with Eulise Dickerson. Another episode of DMST Conversations. What is going on, Eulise? I got it. I got to get a brand new intro. I don't know what to say yet.
Listen, you have to have this. As long as you do the yo yo yo, we good. It don't even matter, man. But
Yeah,
yes, it's your girl Eulise Dickerson, comedian Eulise Dickerson. I am blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual. How you feeling, Brainstorm?
I'm good. Tired, but I'm good.
Same, big fucking
Yeah.
same.
So you said
Uh,
you tiger shit. You were saying before the show you've been working a lot. So we might. As well,
I
it's been
have.
a month. It's
Yeah.
been, I guess, at least a month because the last time we recorded was about a week outside of the show that you were going to do,
Mm-hmm.
the event that got canceled. Can you talk about? Well, we'll talk about it in a second. But how catch us up on what's been going on? How has your last, I guess, month been?
It's been crazy in all honesty or whatever. Just um, I guess navigating new waters because like I was talking to you before, whatever, like being an 80s baby raised black and white. You know what I'm saying? I've found so many different shades of gray and just learning how to place things and people and situations or whatever in those beautiful shades of gray to where it's still functional, respectful, and coexistence can,
Hmm.
be a thing. But working my ass off for real. I actually worked the next 4 days straight. And you asked me that just remind me, I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
Gotta get uniform laid out, meal
that's the
prep, all that
that's the
shit.
regular job
Yeah.
and comedian stuff, or just
No,
the
listen,
regular
I
job.
have done the least amount of shows in 2025, but have been paid the most this year, if I'm being honest.
Hmm.
I had to postpone, not cancel, but postpone the potluck because multiple factors. And I'm a person that I'm not gonna put anything out just because I said I'm gonna put it out. If I gotta table it just to make sure it comes out and people's experience is top tier, I don't mind doing that. And so the people
Okay.
who know me, support me, and rock with me understand that. So the potluck is just postponed. It's coming back. Um, but I just put it on ice for right now, whatever, because to have such a great first one, I'm not dropping below that bar. That's just me. I know it's gonna be ups and downs with everything, whatever, but it's just not gonna be something I just throw out there. It's too great
So
of a
you saying
concept,
coming
too great
back?
of a situation.
Is it gonna come back in a different venue?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, cause, no, because I don't know why it was canceled. I mean, obviously, if there's things that happen, so I didn't know if it was just like completely venue related, so it's just have to move to a different place, or if it's something that just happened that night and you had to add like a reschedule type of thing almost.
Multiple things, multiple things.
Okay.
And
Okay.
once it became to be a certain number of things, I was like, okay, let's just kind of put a pause on it or whatever and address those things before we, hit play. That's it.
Okay. Okay.
But I I did a show in Canton yesterday. I was on the West Side Friday. I'll be in Pittsburgh on the 29th. And I actually enjoy performing more than I do producing. That's another reason too. If I'm gonna produce it, I have to make sure that it's a win-win across the board for everybody.
Hmm.
That's the reason why it's called a potluck, because at the potluck, everybody eats. So
Yeah.
um when I just did kitten, it was it was crazy, but it was a fun show. I'm looking forward to Pittsburgh because I did a 60th birthday party out there in June, and people that got my information and kept in contact with me from there are coming to this show. So now it's like, hey, she's back in town for a different, completely different setup or
Hmm.
whatever. I'm gonna come back out and support. So that's exciting because it's like I made a decent first time impression on you for you to come support me in something that has nothing to do with you and your people. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and I just sat down. Okay. So you are the first one to get this discussion. Back in 2023, 24. When did I shoot my special? 24. So January of 24, I started a series called And I Have Friends. And we tabled that as well. And it's so crazy because the person who I filmed that with, Dr. William Washington, just got back from Europe. He was an Oxford one percenters of like a therapist. And he is literally sitting shoulder to shoulder with people who he had to study, like, you know, their work to pass his, and get his degree and stuff like. So he was like telling them about the series, and they was like, "Well, when is it coming out?" And they was excited, like, "When is it coming out?" He like, "All right." He touched down and he was like, "Hey, we got to sit down and look at these episodes. We got to get this out because the people are asking about it." And I just seen the trailer for it.
Mhm.
Oh my god, it's so dope. Oh my god, it's so dope. I cannot wait. And it's like he said it, and I agree with him. He was like, "I'm so glad that we didn't rush to put this out just because we said we was gonna put this out. That now we have been able to sit on this project and really give it its just due and really focus on getting out there." So, and I have friends in the series that will be coming out to y'all soon. We're gonna have a release
Mhm.
party and everything.
Okay.
So, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about that. Literally just seen the trailer. It's so dope.
What's the, like, premise behind it?
So basically, he sit down with different creatives and artists, and you get to look at the person off stage. And I actually have went through his um program, his therapy program or whatever, and you get to see me actually go through his process and actually me getting therapy or whatever for my thing or whatever, um, in real time.
Mhm.
And when I tell you, therapy is no joke. And mind you, I've been through different personal development, processes, programs, events, stuff like that, whatever. So, like, looking myself in the face, like in the mirror or whatever, has never been like a unfamiliar thing for me. But the way in which he exfoliates your entire being, like mind, body, and soul, is something I was not ready for. And mind you,
Mhm.
this is a program that happens like over 2 to 3 months. I did it in a month and a half because we were recording it. And I'm like, oh, as soon as I start to heal, here he go again.
Yeah.
I mean, I was undone. Like, it was so crazy. I'm like, what therapist does not have tissue in his fucking office to where I had to blow my nose with a pad? I got a pad in my purse and I had to blow my nose.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Therapy be
yeah.
taking you through it.
I'm telling
It
you right now, whatever. Like therapy, I see why some people shy away from it, but then to
Mhm.
be on the other side of actually going through it, or whatever, I am so glad I did. I'm so glad I
Yeah.
did.
I'm a huge advocate for therapy. I've mentioned it on our show um plenty of times that I'm a huge advocate of it because it's just, we have to get us as black people, we got to get out of one. To me, a few different things. You got to get out of thinking. I mean, a lot of us grow up, religious, church, and other things like that. Your elders are telling you all the time. It's the Bible or pray it away and things like that. And it's like that shit don't work for everybody. And you need to talk to people sometimes. And then that leads me to my second point with therapy, where it's like it's sometimes talking to people is more than just talking to your homegirls or talking to your homies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to somebody that's licensed, that's gone through this, that know how to ask the right questions, that know how to pull these things out of you because you talk to your homies all the time. And, a lot of times, or even your homegirls or whatever, like they don't challenge you in a way you need to be challenged. Um, some conversations take place in a space of comfort,
Mhm.
um, and because you don't want to hurt feelings or you treading lightly. And or the other thing is that we know people, so we can have. I mean, sometimes we have hard conversations with our friends or family, and it works because we know them, so we know how to approach them. But sometimes it's just because we know this person, we know how far we gonna go or how far you can go before they shut down and things like that. Their person ain't there for all that shit. You know what I mean? We here to do a job. We here to get to the root cause of something. Um,
And you always compare yourself because you know the person that you're talking to. So why would
yeah.
I tell Brainstorm I'm having any type of financial hassle when he can't identify or he don't know how that feels because he's always on top of his stuff, whatever. So then it's kind of like you avoid judgment, and so you don't divulge everything.
Yeah, yeah, and like alone, like say something like that, but the financial thing, yeah, you can't tell me it's about something financial, whatever, because I know that you done went and bought
Mm-hmm.
dime bags, ounces,
Mm-hmm.
bottles. You've been at the casino, all that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, yeah, yeah. So sometimes you just take that person that don't know all these other things about you, and it's just them I almost look at it, they're just a consultant. They take what you give them,
Mhm,
and they give you advice or things like that based on what you give them. And that's why the one thing about in therapy that's really, really important, that shout out to the homie Titan. I remember when I was starting my therapy thing some years back, he was one of the people I talked to about it that I knew had went through therapy. He was just like, yo, you got to be honest, man. You can't sit there and go and lie to these therapists because you ain't gonna get nothing out of it if you're just lying all the time.
mhm.
You got to go in there and be honest. And that's another thing people can't do all the time with their closest people. You're not always going to be honest because of, like you said, that judgment sometimes. So
And then
it
not even
happens.
just judgment of self, but judgment of the people who may be attached to that story. So now
Mm,
you looking at my sister in a different light, or you looking at my
uh-huh.
friend in a different light. It's like a ripple in a pond. And then it's like we talked about this before the pod too. I have to trust you not to weaponize these things.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and not everybody is that emotionally mature to where later on, somewhere down in a year or somewhere down from that conversation, and I'm now trying to correct you, you don't use that to fire back at me. Well,
Uh-huh.
back then when you were talking about this and this, oh, all right,
Yeah.
you got it.
The last thing somebody wanted something thrown back in their face, especially something that they share in a space of vulnerability, you
Hmm.
know? So, yep, I get it. I get it. Um, Let me see. So let me catch up on my month. Well, yeah, I guess month. I mean, I feel like nothing in my life really like changes big time. We just we wake up, we work, we do our thing or whatever. Um, but everything is it's kind of the same, man. I've interviewed for a new position within my own department at work that I didn't get. Would have been a promotion that I didn't get. Um, so I don't want to speak on that too much because I don't. You never know what happens or who watches things like that or whatever. But I mean, it made me. You know what's fucked up for us as Black people is we can't go through something that's regular and think it's regular. You know what I mean? Because so like I said, I went through that thing with the interview and the promotion process, all of these types of things, and somebody else got the position that I think is going to do a good job. I mean, I'm not sitting there saying the person can't do a good job, um, but we go through these things where we have every piece of credential you're supposed to have,
Hmm.
and you have every inch of experience you're supposed to have, and more. All of
Hmm.
these things, and you get into these spaces and you interview for something or you're up for something, and they don't choose you, and it makes you start thinking about it, or start thinking about the fact of, are you not choosing me because of who I am or what I look like? Any of these types of things, because again, I know my 20 years of my experience and my career right now that I'm doing, or this field I'm in right now. Um, and I think that's a really shitty place for us to be in, but it's our reality as Black people. But I think that's a really shitty place because it's like, again, I think the person could do a good job. I'm not even going there. Um, but you know, I don't know, man. It's a weird space that we're always in as Black people when these types of things happen. Just because, again, I can't say for certain that you didn't, especially in the era or the space we're in right now in this country with who's in leadership at the White House and the way they talk and the things that they do and stuff like that. It's just we side eye everything. So I hate those types of things. So I said that happened, and then outside of that, it's just been chilling. I've been picking up a few extra gigs, DJing and stuff like that. That's been fun.
Listen,
Had
you've been DJing way more in
Yeah,
this
it's been
year
fun.
that I've known you to,
Well,
because you
lately
give
now.
me the shower reunion, a
Well,
few
no,
weddings.
yeah. The summer is usually my busy season,
Yeah.
and then after summer it slows down. But I picked up a little bit more. I mean, I had one a few weeks ago with the wife's family down in Cincinnati. So that side of the family, I say in-laws or anything. I don't want to say wife's family like it's not my family too. But y'all know what I mean. God damn it, don't judge me. But yeah, they had a birthday party down there. One of her aunts had a birthday. Her aunt and an uncle. I think their birthday is on the exact same day, and they're
Oh.
married, which is one of those weird things. I think. I think. But either way, they both had a birthday. They were celebrating, and so I did a party there at this place, and there's a wheelhouse for me personally. There's a wheelhouse for people who like to have a good time when they go out, and it starts at about age 40, 45. Them people, when they go out, we going out to have a good time. Fuck everything else. Because I think it's because they grew up in the era of the people who went out to clubs and actually had a good time, and they actually went out to clubs and they danced, and they didn't go to clubs and it was bottle service all night
Man,
and
no,
VIP
they came
areas.
sweating.
Yeah, you came out, women went in there, they came out, they y'all ends was done or whatever y'all want to say about it. If y'all baby hairs was laid before, they was standing up by the time y'all came out the club. I mean, it's just people went out to have a good time. You went out to actually dance back in the day or just have a good time when you went out. And it ain't like that no more. So it ain't the younger groups or whatever. So whenever I kind of DJ for those groups of people, I can always have a good time. But that one down in Cincinnati was a great time of a group of people just being out and being like, yeah, we came out to party and kick it, and I almost feel like it's a cheat code as a DJ because it's like when people come out to party and kick it, you ain't got to do much. Just don't be terrible. Like,
Yeah.
just don't be terrible. You know what I mean? Just don't go about here playing dumbass
That
songs, or you can't mix or you can't transition or whatever. Just don't be
mhm.
terrible. Pick the right
You don't
songs.
have too many people walking up to you asking for songs because you got the vibes. It makes it
Yeah,
a lot more
yeah,
enjoyable. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And so it's just don't be terrible.
You
So
said,
that
"Yeah."
was a yeah, and I love it, and that was a good time. And then even this week I was at Johnny Malloy's this week, so I did a Thursday out there and did a Friday. The Fridays might be regular. I'll be back out there again this Friday. Those might be regular, but the Thursday was just extra. Somebody did a birthday party. One of the bartenders that works there was a birthday party, and somebody else too. And they needed a DJ last second, so I did it. And again, just a live ass crowd. I mean, I just enjoyed it. People go out to have a good time. It's amazing when people go out to say, "Hey, I'm going to spend money. I'm going to go actually enjoy myself." I don't get this concept of I'm going to spend money in a place, but I'm just going to stand around and look at people. That is the oddest thing in the world to me. I'm just going to stand around and hold my phone and look at my phone. I'm a pay you to go into your establishment, and I'm gonna pay you drink prices, and I'm gonna pay you for a bottle or two, or I'm gonna pay you for food, and I'm just gonna sit here. I could have did that shit at home for free. I could have invited 5 people to my house and did that shit for free and bought a couple bottles and put some music on the TV and turned the lights off and turned the little background light on and could have did that shit for $40, $50, $60. I'm gonna pay you 20, 30, $40 to get into your place, buy drinks, multiple rounds, buy food, and I'm just gonna sit there. Yeah, y'all, it's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. But again, so
You know
I
right
love
now
those
it's
crowds.
all for the look. It's the look.
Yeah,
It's the look.
yeah.
Because honestly, every time I go out and I end up turning up, and I ain't gonna lie, on the back end, me being an introvert, but I'm outgoing with it, I be like, dang, I should have did that yesterday. Because I went to the No Limit Cash Money watch party
Mhm.
and they played Back That Ass Up. All of a sudden I'm in a handstand throwing it.
Oh,
And I'm like,
Jesus
I
Christ.
didn't even have to do all that.
Jesus. I remember
They
us
didn't even
having
pay me for that.
I remember us having shoe prints on a wall because you was doing a handstand in the studio before. Yes, you did that. Don't put your hand on your face. Yes, you did that. At the studio. Which party was that at the studio?
It was their birthday
Uh,
party.
that was Dev's birthday. Jesus Christ. It sure was. Man. That take me back to what we was just talking about
And then
before the
we got the
show.
next episode. I was like,
Eh,
my
Yeah, the shoe print was still on the wall and shit. Yeah. Yeah. And that just hit me back to what I was just saying before we started recording, where I'm like, I'm sitting here setting everything up now because I live here. I can't leave everything out. The beauty of the having that studio space previously, because we were able to do things there. Even in our first space, we had gatherings and get-togethers up there. There was that room right across from our studio space in the first spot where
Mhm.
we would set food up over there. It was like a conference room that nobody ever really used. So when we had parties, we would set all the food up over there. Then we had our place where we recorded at. People would be kind of be between those two spaces. Um, but our second space, the space, like I told you pre-show, the first space was best for recording. The second space that we were in longer was best for being creatives. And so we were able to do a lot of things up there, your comedy show, the concert, um, with Sean and Boy Toy, things like that. The parties where we can clear
That
everything
was
out.
really dope, man. We
Hmm.
I don't know. We gotta we gotta create that for the culture again, man.
It was dope. It was fun.
And it
I
was
and
ahead of the time. It was
it
ahead of the
take I was
time.
just about to say it. It takes me back to me when I say things, and I feel like a person that you feel like you patting yourself on the back or you whatever else, but it's like we were literally doing some things that I see people doing now that is second nature now, but we were doing it back in 2020 or 2021 or even previously before that. That second nature now of what everybody's doing. And that's still gets under my skin a little bit because we were already doing those things. You know, name me one podcast group that had a whole little comedy show up there and had people coming in, and we had the space to do it in our own in our own studio space. Name me one podcast group that was able to have a group. I just hit it too. Yep, I saw it. Yeah, it's the chord.
Okay.
I got to make sure I switch this out. I hit it with my hand by mistake. But name me another podcast that that was able to come up and do a show like we did with them, and they and they performed, and we had people come up there for that, and we had the space for it. Not saying we had 100 people in there, but we had the space for it's like the musical performance was basically tiny desk concerts.
It
We were
is.
doing it in our space.
And it wasn't just music.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
imagine us having those Tiny Desk concerts with comedy. We would literally have a DMST network series for comedy, series for music,
yeah,
like, and so many different people. Because right now, it's so many people in music and in comedy that we could have did that every fucking weekend,
yeah.
and we still wouldn't be running out of people to put up in there.
Yeah, it's a lot of work though. It's a ton of work. It's a ton of work. So you got to almost commit to it. That's why I respect the creatives that are really still making it these days in that space because it's a job and you have to get to a point where you are able to put a lot more in than maybe your time allows when you're still having to work to make sure that I got my regular job and that's what keeps these lights on. Um
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people as a creative, whether you do music or you do comedy, you need a venue. Had that.
mhm. Had that.
You need equipment.
We
Had
had
that.
that.
You need a DJ. Got
We
two of
had
those.
that.
Like
Yeah, we had two of those.
a
Yeah.
lot of the
You
parts that go
you
into
you
those
need a
nights.
producer. We had that shit
Yeah,
too.
that's what I'm saying. A lot of the things that go into those type of events, we already had in house, as we always say.
That was the beauty of DMST though. Like it's just again, I don't want to pat myself on the back or whatever, but
Why not?
we ain't ask nobody for shit. I used to say it all the time. We ain't ask nobody for shit. We figured that shit out on our own. That's why when I always tell our story about DMST, when people talk about getting shit out the mud, no, that shit was in the mud. We figured it out from the beginning. Me, Playboy, Paco, then me, Playboy, Dev, then me, Playboy, Dev, and Eulise. We figured all this shit out all the time. Hey, we want to make this event happen? Bet. And shout out to Titan. Again, second shout out for Titan because we was talking about it on Tuesday at the spot up at Bar One Tuesdays R&B nights. Y'all pull up. But it just I was talking about how I feel like I fell off from coming up with ideas for different things, but I still have a couple things that's in my head. But I always feel like I was, and I've said this around y'all before, but I always feel like when I've come up with stuff or when I talk about things, I may not have all the answers. So what I do is surround myself with people who I know can pull a lot of these things off. And so maybe by us not doing the show, maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm not as creative anymore or with my thought process a lot of times. But he told me on Tuesday, he's like, dude, well, maybe you need to sit there and just try to make something happen. Like on your own. And that's why, I gave you your flowers last time, Eulise, about how you were doing stuff too, because you sit there and you have an idea and you put something out there and you go for it. And it's like, and he was telling me on Tuesday, like, yo, maybe you probably need to do that.
Because
Um,
if we're being honest, knowledge is not power, application is.
mm,
Because a lot of times when we talk about you're not that creative, no, you just have too much things that you know. And back in that time, you was able to execute. You think of it, we execute. You think of it, we execute. Like shit, we talked about the comedy show on that Sunday, Saturday, we was doing it. We talked about pop and R&B. Within like what 2 weeks, we was doing it.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
no more than a month, no
yeah,
more.
and so I think that because you have got out of the space of execution is why you feel as if you're not creative, but you're very creative.
We'll see,
Very.
because I still got a couple ideas. I still got a comedy idea in my head that I had thought about before. I don't know if I should even say it online because I don't want people to take it, but
We'll talk after line.
yeah, yeah,
We'll
but
talk
yeah,
after.
I still got a comedy thought in my head, but you know, I still I enjoy seeing my people winning out there. We kind of got in that space because shout out to the Nights Out of Indie, shout out to Brothers of the Night that's out there doing that event with the one group, the Colors at the Loft, where they just do this music themed
Mhm.
event. Seems like once a month, but it may be a little less frequently than that. And we both, me and Titan were both talking about how dope that concept is, but it's simple. And then we talking about how we had the damn space that we could have did something similar to something like that, or we were already doing those things. And again, where we were just at talking about 5 minutes ago, where we were there. So it is what it is. We're not gonna keep rehashing all that shit. But all right, what's on the agenda? Because I'm gonna have to eat tonight. Because I sent a text to
Exactly,
you.
right.
I sent a text to you by mistake. I
And
was trying to
I better
text.
have my fries over there.
Yeah, because we got to eat. We got well. They didn't ate upstairs. I haven't ate yet because I knew we were going to do the show.
But we had
I'm not
talked.
a big eater before shows, but go ahead.
Why?
I don't want to eat.
I will
It's
eat
like
on this show. You lucky.
it takes me back to my DJing thing because I'm used to working for hours. Like even when we're out DJing, when people offer me plates and stuff, a lot of times I might nibble a little bit if I'm a little hungry, but I try to eat. I try to set myself up beforehand because
Mhm.
I don't want to eat. Say I'm out DJing, I got to DJ for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours,
And you get your
and I eat the
ice.
wrong thing. No, not the I eat the wrong thing. And I get the bubble guts. Now I gotta no, yeah. See, you turning away, but no, but now I gotta try to get up out of here or whatever real quick, or especially if I'm by myself. Like if I'm with my brother, it's easy. All right, bro. Hey, man,
Take
whatever.
over.
But I don't ever want to get sick and be like, yo, hey, my
But
stomach
that's
right
the reason why
now.
you can have a playlist on deck. Like this is the bathroom playlist.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you pick and choose as a DJ, but yeah. So I'm real big on just being like, all right, if we
You
about to
just
have
too
to do
hard on
something,
yourself.
no, I'm what can go wrong person. And
Yeah.
I don't want what in my mind is could maybe go wrong to actually go wrong. So whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so we got topics. What I can start
What
with
you want to talk
mine.
about first?
All right. So I did see this thing online and I hate social media and love it at the same time. Uh, I hate for what we doing in our community too, because I think we're the ones being bad with stuff. Black people, I I joke all the time. I want to be a part of white Twitter. Remember how they said about black Twitter and stuff like that? I want to be a part of white Twitter for like a week just to see what they talking about over there. Because we got too much of how much a first date cost and all types of shit like that, all those types of shit. So I'm over a lot of it, but I did see one thing over the course of the last couple of weeks where and we always got to say it could be fake because people just
Race
create
bait.
content now.
Yeah.
Yeah, people just create content nowadays. But so there was a post about a lady who turned down a marriage proposal. I don't think it was because of the price. It was a ring that was only like $898. So I don't think it was because of the price. As you dug into it, it was the fact that I guess the ring wasn't what she had asked for. Um, and people were really kind of up in arms about it. I felt like this was more of a 50-50 post of a lot of guys being like, hey, man, well, you really dodged a bullet and this and that and the third or whatever else. Um, I don't think it was about the money. And I think most people kind of got that part. It wasn't about the fact that, okay, the ring only costed, say, $900. It was the fact that she told this man numerous times over the course of time what kind of ring she would like, if he proposed to her. And he didn't listen. He went and got something else. And so she was upset about that. And I had to think about it. Obviously, I'm a married person. And I had to think about it and put myself in that position where I remember over the years of dating Corlicia, we talked about rings at a couple of different, points in time. And I knew the type of ring that she absolutely did not want. She never told me a price or anything like that, but I knew the style she absolutely did not want. And I actually was glad she said it because I see a lot of people with that ring and I don't like it myself. I never would have bought it for her, and I'm not going to describe it because I don't want to offend anybody that could have that ring. They might be friends of mine. But I mean, I'm just being honest. Yeah, you
Say
could
it.
be
No.
yeah, no, hell, no, no. You said it right there. It's on your finger right now. I'm talking about your ass. No. Um, but I knew what she didn't want.
Mm,
So that's the only guideline I ever knew to really go on. She didn't say it has to be this, it has to be that. It was just I don't like this. At least this woman told her guy, I don't. This is the type of ring I want. I didn't think it was the oddest thing in the world. I mean, I don't know about saying no, but okay, I get her being upset. It's just if we've been together for years and I'm telling you I want this, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. Why are you not listening to what she's saying she wants? Like as a man, the woman that you want to make your wife is telling you what she wants, what's going to make her happy. How are you not listening to this? And if you're not listening to this, what else are you not going to listen to throughout the course of your time where it was easy? She didn't give you a number. You could have gave her a $500 ring. I guess take the price tag off, my nigga. But you know, but at least get her the style she wants. How you went out and gave her something that she told you multiple times that this is what I want. I don't get it. And for the men who was defending him, hey, if you told your wife or your girlfriend over the course of a year, hey, give me a PS5, give me a PlayStation 5, give me a PlayStation 5, or I want this game, or I want these J's when they come out. These J's come out on
and
October
show
1st.
what
Give me
Xbox.
these J's. Yeah, yeah. And let you tell your girl that you want these J's, these particular J's that's gonna drop. They're gonna drop on this day. They're gonna drop on this
And
day. They're
show
gonna drop this.
some Saucony's.
Or some what they call them in Cleveland, the West Side J's. You know what I'm saying? You come with those and you've been telling her multiple times, your ass is gonna be pissed. I don't get why we got to have such an argument in our community about stuff. I thought that was pretty straightforward. She told you the type of ring she wanted. Bruh, if you love her, you go get her the type of ring she want. Ain't nobody talking about
It's
price.
it's the same reason why, if we're being honest, it's always an issue with the black woman, no matter what it is. And I hate that because, like, think about it. People still mad at Sierra for changing the last name of Lil Future. People still mad at Cardi B, yet Offset is the one that cheated and messed up their family. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always, no matter what the situation is, black woman's fault. And I
Mm-hmm.
hate that. And for you to be upset with the woman and say that he dodged a bullet, like, what if he did this on purpose just to get out of the relationship? Like, if I know that this is gonna make her that upset and then it's gonna trigger her to act outside of her character, what I've known her to be, because I'm not gonna sit up there and just out myself or whatever and say, I don't want the relationship. Let me do this grand gesture just to validate my exit.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of people will automatically assume that, that's all he could do, or this, like, he didn't have other options
Mm-hmm.
for some reason. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, y'all make like the idea of a proposal or a commitment from a man such a like a grand thing that we should be grateful that they extended themselves, whatever, to be, committed, or, go out their way to do some stuff or whatever. But like, in all I honestly, whatever, like, no. What I want is what I want. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why sometimes you see people, choose not to take that route just to have it. Like, to have your identity as a person be connected to like a relationship or a marriage. That's what it was back in the day. Like, you had s- like, if at all, any type of worth, very little worth if you were single.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for women and men. But to be in a marriage and have a household that ain't happy, yeah, happiness matters nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
If we talk about forever, you damn right. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to look down at my hand and see what I told you I didn't want. Now, could she have protected, him in that space or whatever and just said yeah for the moment and just, kind of address it on the back end? But then what if it's such an offense that you didn't care enough how I would take it? So yeah, we both gonna be uncomfortable now.
Could you see yourself in that position where you told him your significant other for years, "This is the type of ring I want. This type of ring I want." And then he opened up a box and it's not what you were looking for. Could you see yourself being like, "Yeah, nah."
It depends on all that led up to that day because some stuff is a trend, some stuff is a one off. If he's
Mhm.
always held me down, if he's always showed up for me, if he's always handled me in a certain capacity, then I have enough grace to extend in that moment to where I would protect him and handle it on the back end. But if
Okay.
I feel like he's always tried to test those waters, he's always tried to like provoke me, he's always tried to like make me out of something that I'm not, then yeah, I'm gonna handle it in that moment. So it's really a testament to what all led up to that moment for it to be a display like that.
Okay.
Because if I
Yeah.
really love him and I know he really loves me and he got this one off wrong, okay. Yeah, mm, hey, bruh, bring it on in. But if it's always been tension or it's always been a thing as far as control and what you will and won't do for your significant other and
Yeah,
vice
yeah.
versa, like then yeah, it came to a head at that proposal.
Yeah.
And my
And I
thing
was
is,
mm.
you kind of knew that before you
Yeah.
even proposed.
Yeah, I also feel like men, like you gotta understand, for a grown woman that's navigating adult life, obviously marriage and things like that is a big part of being an adult for a lot of people. Yo, if this is what she wants, like that ring means a lot to a lot of women. Some women might just be like, hey, it is what it is, and they just happy with that person, and they're gems of the earth, whatever. But for a lot of people who can afford a little bit more or whatever else, again, it doesn't have to be money or whatever else, that ring, when they look down on their finger, that shit means a lot. Because, hey, it, you get engaged, what the women gonna ask you? Let me see the ring. One of your friends get engaged, what you gonna say? Hey, let me see the ring. Am I wrong?
Shoot, even men be like, "Ooh, he sure does love you." Even men notice. Even other
Yeah,
men notice.
yeah. Yeah, so that's
Like,
what I mean. So it's like so you can't sit there and just kind of shit on that thing of what how she felt in that moment, especially again when she told you repeatedly, "Hey, this is what I want. This is the style I want." Again, it doesn't matter about the price at that point. Get her the style she wants.
and that's why, allegedly this is a real thing that happened because again, rage bait. But um, you know your partner. This is not a stranger.
Yeah.
So to know your partner, whether you are doing the proposing or being proposed to, you know how to handle it. So again, at that point, it was like, well, if you're gonna blatantly provoke me to get that up out of me, I'm gonna give you what you asking for because you should have you gotta know that I was going to, respond in a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Weird way to say that you want to break up with me, but hey, here we are. Because think about it, we can make up all the ifs in the world. Because what if that ring is the ring his side piece says she wanted?
Don't be bringing side pieces into this stuff.
So now I done proposed to you with my side piece ring. I know you was about to sit up there and, crash out. So I'm out of this relationship, but I am en route to get this ring to my side piece. Happens all the time.
I don't want no part of them peoples. No part whatsoever. I mean, I know. I like if you two timing like that, I don't want no part of them peoples.
Listen, and my thing is people orchestrate these type of mental acrobats,
Mm-hmm.
like to again make it easier for them to be on some fuck shit for real. Cause you
All right.
come on now, at this big ass age, I'm 38. How old are you, Brainstorm?
44.
You about to be
Yeah.
45 in February?
Yeah.
What you doing? Anyway,
Yeah.
happy pride. But
Oh yeah,
um
yeah, she trying to plan either it's gonna be we'll out you'll be in a loop.
I'm still
You'll
mad
be
I
in a
ain't go to the
loop.
fucking bachelor party. Anyway, uh
You'll be in a loop.
but at this big ass age, you talking about proposal, you talking about marriage, you talking about literally becoming one flesh, and you are that absent minded. That's not
Yeah.
an accident.
Yeah.
It's no accident.
What do you feel about the people who say if she lets him get away with it now, he'll keep doing it? Because,
Facts.
she told him, "Hey, this is what
Right.
I want," all these types of things. So that's just a byproduct of him not listening to what she wants, and or listening and just not caring that, "Hey, well, I know this
Because
is
guess
what you
what?
want, but this is what Imma give you."
We wouldn't even be talking about this right now if he was that teachable. Because it would have been, oh my God, I got the wrong ring for the proposal, but she engaged with the right ring she wanted.
Mhm.
It wouldn't even be a topic of discussion. Again, if you know your freaking partner, it would have literally been a then and now situation to where, yeah, I proposed with the wrong ring, but because I want my girl. That was the whole goal. You wanted your girl,
Yeah, yeah.
but you didn't want her. You didn't. You could have never wanted her to do some stuff like that. To where now we on the podcast talking about this shit.
Well, alright, so Imma give him some grace with that. That don't mean he don't want her. It just means he wanted her at his level, or whatever his level or mindset was at that level. Cause you're not gonna propose if you don't want her, unless you Martin proposing to Gina the first time. Damn, are you happy now? You know what I'm saying? Unless you that person. So that's just me.
I'm just saying, if 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 you proposed on a
Hmm.
rooftop in Aruba and Corlicia said, I don't want that ring.
Nigga, she'd have been no, no.
Let's be for real. If she was I don't I want you, I want you, I don't want this ring. What would you have done?
Well, I don't think she ever would have said no in that situation. Like you said, conversation behind the scenes, probably.
But that's what I'm saying. But what would you have done? Would you have said this is the ring that you're gonna get and this is it? Or would you have gotten the ring that she wanted?
That's a good question because I didn't even put myself in that situation. If I did, like if you put myself in the position that I was in, like you said, where that proposal took place, if she says no right then and there, man, I don't know. I don't know how we coming back from that because we that setting was too perfect. God damn it! Do you know how much I had to pay Jesus to get that sunset right behind us for that picture? You know, do you know the penance I had to pay for that shit? Hell no! Like we would have been. I don't know if you come in. Woof, I don't know.
Like
I,
the my now
I would
mind
like
you,
to.
so this thing, so let's do it twofold. Let's do it twofold.
Okay.
So what if she would have said no in the moment versus saying, "Hey, we need a different ring on the back end." How would you have
I
handled those
mean,
two
yeah.
different
On
things?
the back end, I can live with that a little bit more. Now
Okay.
we still going to figure it out. I mean, because I'm already paying for this ring, so I don't know if we
Yeah.
just gonna be taking it back and it's like, all right, this and that. And maybe we got to say, okay, maybe in 5 years or something, maybe we could have a
Yeah.
discussion. But if we sitting there, like I said, for what I had to slide Jesus under the table for, you know what I mean, to have that son be sitting right there, like right there, when I was like, all right, I don't know. If you just sat there and said no, then hey man, hey, we don't need these appetizers no more. Hey, well, it's time to wrap this whole thing on up. I I also don't know how I would feel just being told no in front of people if I propose to somebody. And I wonder
Mm.
and I wonder what goes through a woman's mind when she's like, "Yeah, nah," in front of people.
And that's what I'm saying. Whatever, like you have to know your partner better because again, like it's been times where guys propose because this is like the last ditch effort to keep
To keep
her,
somebody.
knowing that you
Yeah.
ain't did what you're supposed to do naturally to keep her. So let me do this grand gesture of because what was it? It was a viral video of a man speaking at the reception for a wedding and told his wife like, "Yeah, I look good, but you look alright." Like real, yeah, like real disrespectful. Like, and so that she said yes to proposal. They got married, and now he's showing his ass at the reception. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about that? Like,
Yeah, couldn't be me.
I'm sorry, like, even the whole cake thing, the cake thing is, controversial now, you
Oh, the
know?
smashing cake in people's faces.
Yeah.
I think that's weird too. I mean, that was the thing back in the day. If you talk to your wife and your wife says, "Don't smash cake in my face," don't smash cake in my, because I've seen videos. You're right. I've seen videos with that where wife would say, "Hey, I said not to smash cake in my face," and then you sit there and you do it anyway. It's just somebody that's been through this. The amount of money they spend on hair, the amount of money
Makeup.
you spend on
Yep.
makeup that day, and things like
The
that,
dress itself.
and you just gonna take something and smash it in my face. I would never. It didn't even cross my mind to do that at my wedding reception. I just thought that was old anyway. And really, I need to Google what was the point of doing that, like how it got started, and what was the point of doing it, like, and what made it cute or funny. I mean, I get it probably was
It's
something.
really the way you do it. If I'm being honest, it's really the way you
I'm
do
about to
it.
say it's probably something
Because
small.
if you do it in like a little, okay, it's like a little bit on my nose, I can kind of lick it off, whatever, because like it's like a little floor play or whatever. It's really about how you do it. But if
Not
you
y'all
just
foreplaying at the reception.
huh?
I said not y'all foreplaying at the reception.
Oh, my husband better prepare. Like
Y'all ain't even
you
gonna
getting
make
a
it to the end
garter
of the
belt with
night.
your teeth. You better kiss it while you up. I'm sorry. Anyway, not about me right now. So,
Yeah. You're taking over though, but you're taking over.
but it's about the way you do whatever because if you just flat out in the face, like,
Yeah,
and I'm talking about for both, because I don't believe women should be all forceful. You know what I'm saying? That they gon'
yeah.
it really is like cringy, like for y'all to get physical about cake. Like that's where it's like, okay, y'all not really together for the right reasons. But if it's like a little dab on the nose, like this and that, whatever, like where it can be cleaned up and then
Playful,
get
just
everywhere.
playful,
Exactly, that's it, playful. You know what I'm
real
saying?
playful. Yeah,
Like and then like you get me on the nose, whatever, and you kiss me to where we both got cake on our face. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. But for you to do it in such an aggressive way, I even seen in a different culture, I want to say it was Indian, and a guy went to feed her the cake. And as soon as she went for it, he snatched it back. And she like, and so she dancing, she's still trying to give her the cake and she just ignoring him. And
hmm
then he literally gets on one knee and gives her the cake and she takes it. Like that's also, it's so touchy because in those moments you really see the health of that union,
hmm
how they handle it, how they react. You know what I'm saying? If their family is upset, you know, it really is a lot that go into it before we even get to propose. Like, yeah.
yeah. I saw a clip of a guy um threw his wife into the pool at their reception.
What?
I mean, literally, in the wedding dress and everything, wife into the pool, and thought it was funny. Again, how much money you pay for these dresses,
Wait,
the hair,
did you
and
see the
everything?
one? Did you see the one wedding dress that was extra revealing?
Mm-mm. Uh-oh. Hold on. You got dropped off for a second. I think you're back now.
Okay, cool, 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 cool. My alarm
Okay.
had went off.
Okay. Oh, that's what it was.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, still recording.
Okay. Um. So it was a wedding dress that this lady had made, super low cut. I'm talking about cleavage everywhere. It had a high split to where you could see the back of her butt cheek walking
Mm-hmm.
down the aisle. Like
Mm-hmm.
when I say revealing, it was super revealing. What do you think about that type of wedding situation
Okay.
where like the
All right.
wife is showing off everything?
So before I answer that, let me make sure you're still recording. Let me see what this thing says. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
I mean, I'm still getting your recording things, and I'm still getting like volume from you, but it said it
Okay.
has stopped due to an incoming call. So, but you said that was an alarm.
Yes. And on my side,
Okay.
it did
Okay.
restart. It did restart the time. We was
Okay.
at like
Okay.
48 minutes and now I'm at a minute
Yeah.
and 4 seconds.
Okay. Yeah. So we good. So you asked me how I feel about
A
um.
overly revealing wedding dress from a bride.
I mean, yeah, that's tacky. I mean, that's tacky. It's tacky. Overly revealing is tacky. We don't need all that. I mean, but I'm old school. I mean, just I'm not the new people who they do a bunch of different things. I'm not a fan of the bride and groom being shit faced drunk at the receptions and stuff like that. Like I'm just let's have a good time. Let's turn up. Everybody had a good time at our wedding reception, but us, obviously,
Man,
because everybody keeps telling us the same thing. But I'm not a fan. I've seen videos of grooms getting wheeled out because they was that fucked. I wanted to remember my reception, so I wasn't gonna be that person. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I'm way more old school in that thought process. So a dress like that, yeah, that'd be tacky to me. You know.
I get that.
So all right, we got about maybe 10 minutes or so because like I said, I got to eat. You got a topic, or you want me to hit you with one more?
Let's go on more.
Okay, so are you a big movie watcher?
Yeah.
Okay. So I saw something online. Obviously the Eddie Murphy documentary has come out. I don't know if you've watched that on Netflix.
No, I
I'm
didn't
gonna
know.
check
I
it. I'm
didn't
gonna
even know.
yeah, it's a whole like it's like it's a documentary that I think he took well obviously he took part in because I think he has interviews in it and stuff like that. So I saw something online from one of the more popular podcasts, that do their things. I think the Ball Brothers podcast, but they were talking about like top 5 Eddie Murphy movies, and I had to think about it. And I'm like, and they were having a really, really good conversation about it. And I was like, huh, like what would be my top 5? And especially, and I don't like, I'll ask you Eulise because I know you're obviously being a comedian and that's Eddie's like start, but his movie roles are to me, I mean, I honestly, obviously in stand up, he's left his mark with his specials. But hell, at this point, he hasn't done a special since what, late 80s, early 90s. And so it's been movies. And so what would be your top? So yeah, we'll end. Like, this might be a high place to end it. What would be your top 5 Eddie Murphy movies? And so they didn't do like the voice movies, so they didn't do like Shrek and things like that.
Mhm.
Um, so just if you had to rank them, what would it be for you? Even if you can't do 5, I don't even know if you could do 3, but um,
Me?
and
Oh, come
yeah.
on. Huh?
All right, well, you got 5 off the top of it, or you need a little bit to think about.
No particular order. No particular order.
Are you going
Harlem
to give me
Nights.
a number one? You're going to have to give me at least a number one out of your 5. But give me your 5 first, and then we'll see. So Harlem
Okay.
Nights.
Harlem Nights. Vampire in Brooklyn.
Oof, really?
Coming to America. I love sci-fi. I like horror.
Okay.
So that's why Vampire in Brooklyn. I say Harlem Nights, Vampire in Brooklyn, Coming to America. Um,
Going through the catalog.
I am. Oh, cause like Golden Child.
Jesus. Okay.
I know.
Okay. Well, these are your top 5. Okay.
No, I take back Golden Child, but
So right now you
Life.
got Harlem Nights.
I got
Okay,
Life.
yeah. So
Life.
you got Life, Harlem Nights, Vampire in Brooklyn, and what
Coming
was
to
the other one?
America.
Coming to okay, 4.
Yeah,
You need one more.
I know.
Life, Harlem Nights. I'm gonna forget them. Life, Harlem Nights, Vampire in Brooklyn. You said.
Damn. And I know I'm forgetting some major ones. I know I am. I don't even know why Nutty Professor and Norbert is on there, but
Uh,
uh,
So you need
I
one
know
more.
I'm forgetting. I know I'm forgetting some good ones. I know Boomerang was one for some people. Whatever. Boomerang was cool.
Boomerang is on my
Um,
list. It's it's
huh?
it's on. Boomerang is
Oh,
on my list, and Boomerang for me is high key or low key, whatever you want to say. It might be number 1 for me. I love Boomerang. Yeah.
damn. Life probably, and I don't even know why I did start with that one. Life, oof, because that one.
Oh, that
But it
was
had,
on.
like,
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of heavy hitters. I'm talking about thinking, like, what was, like, a real good one, like, where Eddie Murphy had, like, that role. Like, everybody talk about, like, Will Smith with the Pursuit of Happiness or Muhammad Ali, stuff like, what was the one that, "Oh,
I
shit,
don't.
Eddie killed this fucking role?" Because he's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
funny, he's so comical, he doesn't have too
Some
many
people,
serious ones.
some people might call it Dreamgirls.
Yeah,
Some people might say that for them. But see, Dreamgirls can't make my list because I don't think about Eddie Murphy when I think about the movie Dreamgirls.
yeah,
When I think about
yeah,
Dreamgirls, I think about Beyonce first. I think about Jamie Foxx first. I think
yeah,
about Jennifer Hudson first. I think about all 3 of them before I think about Eddie Murphy. Did he play the role? Oh, he played the hell out the role.
yeah. And I'm trying to think, like, what role did Eddie have that was so serious like that. Like did Eddie Murphy ever make me cry in a role? You know what I'm saying?
Probably not. Probably not.
Yeah.
So you still need one more. I give you
Boomerang.
time to, huh? Boomerang.
Boomerang.
Yeah. So you going boomerang. Well, I'll definitely say for me, it's definitely life. Life is in there. Life is almost a cheat code though, because your partner in that film is Martin. Like you put Eddie and Martin in a film, like how is that ever gonna
Not to
miss?
mention that they kids is married, but go ahead.
Now, yeah. But I mean, like, how is that going to miss? You put Eddie and Martin in a row at the time where they were still both on top of their game. Like if
Yeah,
you put them in the movie now, Martin ain't as quick as he used to be. Eddie ain't as quick as he used to be. And I'm not saying Eddie's bad, because when they did the like reprise or whatever of the Beverly Hills Cop movie on Netflix,
yeah.
that was good. That
Hmm.
was a really good movie. So I'm not gonna sit there and act like that he can't carry it, but Martin has lost his fastball. He don't. It's not the same with him anymore. But I'm still gonna put life in there. For me, Boomerang is still up there for me. It's just I love that movie. It's that early '90s thing where I know they had those movies that kind of felt the same. Boomerang, Strictly Business, stuff like that. But yeah, Boomerang is in my top five. It Coming to America is just a classic. It's you can't do a top five without Coming to America,
And then
in
if you
my
think about
opinion.
all the movies that had, he had so many different heavy hitters in these movies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like even with Life, you had Bernie Mac, you had Guy Torry, you had
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
like so many heavy
Anthony
hitters.
Anderson is in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
in Harlem Nights, you had Richard Pryor. Like, come on,
Yeah.
Red
Harlem Nights.
Fox.
Richard Pryor, Red Fox is in there.
Come on now.
What's her Della Reese is in
Delary.
there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just yeah, but so I got those three. I I I still think I'm putting Harlem Nights in there. Like I know the cast is huge, so I think I'm putting Harlem Nights in there, and then I think I'm putting Nutty Professor in there just because of the fact that he transformed himself so much in the movie, and
Yes, he
I
did.
mean
He played
I know
every
people.
fucking person
That's what I'm saying. I know people
before
said it.
anybody ever did something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I know people said, even on the show I was watching, I know one of their points was the same thing, but
Mhm.
yeah, it's like you sit there and watch him do these things with these people and these different characters, and you're sitting here like you damn near forget it's Eddie, and
Yeah,
that's amazing to me.
yeah,
Which one is it? Where and is it the first one or the Clumps one with the grandmother where they arguing at the table, and it's and she like, come
yeah.
on Cletus, come over. Is that the first one?
I want to say
You
that's the
know,
first.
Yeah, so it's just like you forget it's Eddie. Like you're at this table where he's playing like four, five, six different
Yeah,
characters at this table, and they are all their own individual person, and they're funny in their own individual ways, and it still works. And it's like I don't know how many people alive can pull that off and make you actually believe that, oh, that's a different person, because
yeah,
the voices are not the same. The way he's able to change his voices, and the voices are not even like that close to each other either.
yeah.
On top of that, it's just I thought that was amazing. So for me, Nutty Professor, Life, Boomerang, Coming to
Harlem Nights.
America, and Harlem Nights.
Yep.
And that's it for me. And he's basically, obviously he's one of the GOAT comedians, especially for black people. He's one of the
Hmm.
GOAT comedians. He's on that Mount Rushmore for a lot of people, comedian wise, and he's earned it.
Yeah.
No, he's really, really good at what he does. He's earned it.
I would
And
love for
so
like what movie would you love a part two to?
out of all his movies,
Yeah. Out of the top five, out of the top five, what deserve the second one? Because if I'm
I
not
saw some
mistaken, the Nutty Professor's the only one that got like a sequel and Coming to America.
Coming to America, yeah, and a lot of people didn't like the second Coming to America. But the only one that would really kind of make sense to me, well, I wouldn't mind a Boomerang one to see where him and Halle Berry are right now. And excuse me, obviously you got kids and stuff like that. So now it's a family type of thing. Make that a comedy somehow. So that would probably be my first choice. But the easiest one to do would probably be Yeah, that's probably the easiest one. I know people some about life, and since they got out of jail and stuff like that. But again, Martin is not he don't have that fastball anymore. I even think like even in the like the last two, but especially the last one, Bad Boys movie, like Will really hit Martin up with a lot of it to me. Um, so to me, maybe
But
Boomerang.
if you think about it, Martin actually flipped the coin in the last one. He was the badass in the last one.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, his role, yeah. But I'm talking about, I feel like in the almost in like the heavy lifting part of stuff, it felt like Will, if he maybe would have struggled in the scene a little bit more, Will kind of did a little bit more of the heavy lifting. But like you said, Martin was more of the went to like the darker place in a sense with with his role.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right
And
about
he
that.
smacked Will right after Will
Yeah,
got smacked by Chris Rock. So you
yeah.
gotta know, like him smacking Will Smith after he just got smacked by Chris Rock was definitely Martin's
His brain's still going.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, so if I had to choose a remake or not like a second part, give me a Boomerang. Let's see you and Halle Berry out here. Y'all married now. She's maybe still in the Zec or maybe she's retired or something now, and y'all trying to do something. I would have rather have seen that something like that than that shit that came out with Jonah Hill, that
Oh,
came out a couple years back on Netflix where people I thought that movie was ass. I really didn't nah, that wasn't for me. It wasn't no, I thought it was ass. Yeah. I ain't gonna sit there
he
and act
said
like I
I'm not
thought it
gonna
was no, it was ass.
yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah. No, it was ass. I would have rather seen something like that. Let's continue this Boomerang story than but that's just me. Okay. Well, you had some solid choices. You had some solid
All
choices.
right, tell me where they
And,
can
and
find you at.
yeah. We about to go to wrap this one up 'cause I need to
Yeah, you
order
gotta
some
eat.
food and eat. Yeah, way too late. No, you go first. Damn it, you trying to beat me to it? Trying to beat me to tell them where they can find you at. Where can they find you at?
Um, Eulise Dickerson on any social media platform. Um, TikTok and Instagram is public, Facebook private. Just send me a message. Let me know that you tuned in on the
How long you
DMST
been on
podcast
TikTok?
network. Huh?
How long you been on TikTok?
Man, not that long at all. I actually just started posting. I'm trying to get it up, but yeah, it's a different. I actually like it. I like the platform, but
Hmm.
yeah. And like I said, I got Pittsburgh, and then I got a show in December. I got to figure out a date. I'm sorry. I got a show in December at I think it's 411. And then I have a show all the way out in February, the Don't Tell comedy. I got booked for. Um, and the potluck will be coming back soon.
Okay.
And
All
I
right.
have friends that'll be coming out soon too.
Okay. All right. So we'll keep an eye out for that one. Obviously, I'm DJ Brainstorm. You can follow me on whatever social media I'm signed up for. DJ Brainstorm for you.com. DJ Brainstorm, the number for the letter U.
No, you
On
said you won't say that part.
DJ
The number
Brainstorm, the number
4.
for the letter.
You
There you go. There you go. On all, that's IG, that's Twitter, and that's Facebook. So and catch me. I mean, Tuesday night spar one still right now, at least through the end of the year. Tuesday night spar one for R&B
is
night.
that weekly or bi-weekly?
It's weekly through the end of the year right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then we'll see then, and then right now Fridays is Johnny Malloy's up there on South Euclid, which is obviously in the building with the Geppettos. I just realized that it seems like people don't realize it was a bar in there. I feel like I thought everybody knew there's a bar in there, but I guess not. But yeah, that's Fridays right now. Well, I'll be there this Friday, and then if they continue, I'll be out there Fridays for the foreseeable future. So we'll see. And so that's it for me, man. So we will catch y'all on the next one. So we gonna try to record next Sunday.
Yep.
Get a little bit more regular with it. All right, so we'll try to record again next Sunday. This video should be out Tuesday. I got some work on this laptop that's got to get done tomorrow. I'll be at the Apple Store. Video should be out Tuesday. Audio will be out Tuesday, and then we'll catch y'all next week, man. So, all right, y'all. Peace, y'all.
It may be cloudy today.
Oh my God. It may be cloudy today, which it was, but the sun will come out tomorrow. So as long as you are here under the sun, live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. There you go. Are you happy now?
Yes.
My goodness. My goodness. We will catch y'all next Sunday, y'all. Peace, y'all.